The candidates for degree Bachelor of Arts will now be presented by Associate Dean of the Faculty for the Social Sciences, Michael Mastanduno. I'd like to remind the audience that a professional photographer is present and request that the audience please cooperate in keeping the aisles clear. Will the head marshal please raise the senior class for the conferring of their degrees?
Mr. President, the women and men now presented to you have completed all of the requirements of Dartmouth College for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. At the request of the faculty and on their behalf, I am proud to present 984 candidates to you for the conferring of these degrees.
Members of the class of 2010, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Dartmouth College, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts and declare you entitled to all of the rights, honors, and special privileges pertaining thereto.
Will the first two rows of the inside section remain standing, and the rest of the rows please be seated until it is your turn to come forward. Names of the graduating seniors will be read as they come forward.
Tara Lindley Branson.
Francis Carly Vernon.
Mohammed Salim Abdul Shakur.
Laurel J. Marcus.
William K. Corbett Jr.
Lily Suzanne Chestnut.
Derek Sven Stenquist.
Corey Metz Cunningham.
Adrian Martin Woodsmith.
Jessica Carnita Guthrie.
Tommy Wei Jin.
Eleni Stavru.
Gregory William Hart.
Christina Marie Ackerman.
Benjamin Adam Gifford.
Michael B. Edelman.
Daniel Walsh Abbott.
Jessica Lauren Adler.
Leslie Bernice Adams.
Chukurifu Ajuku.
Jonathan Mark Edelson.
Ndubisi Ian Ajuku.
Aya M. Ahmed.
Abigail Rose Alexander.
Andre Alcon.
Sarah Elizabeth Alexander.
John Norman Alekna Jr.
James Harvey Allison.
Emma Leal Alexander.
Lauren Marie Alperi.
Ian Chloe Allison.
Nico Carl Ambrose.
Katrina Persephone Elwin.
Justin E. Amirian.
Xenia D. Amayer.
Laura Elizabeth Andre.
Lauren Elizabeth Emery.
Nicholas James Andrews.
Thomas Anderson.
Shunsuke Aonuma.
Marina Castrilon Andriazzi.
Ben Arad.
Yakuba Elsie Anobil.
Jennifer Elizabeth Argodi.
Matthew Stephen Applegate.
Catherine Michelle Armstrong.
Cassie Ashambo.
Alexandra Arnold.
Rukaya Koforola Abike Ariganjoye.
Anne Reze Adelig.
David Christopher Armstrong.
Christina Marie Auden.
Alexander Ken Asaf.
Sarah Maria Badami.
Lieutenant Philip Lawrence Obert.
Vanessa Marie Bear.
Lieutenant Philip Sunghoon Bak.
Caitlin Ann Bailey.
Graham Joseph Bacher.
Ashley Ann Baker.
Jennifer Ashley Bailey,
Nicholas Halen Barber.
Hermanjit Bajwar,
William Edward Barry.
Scott Benjamin Baker,
Lior Sivan Bissell.
Shanice Ashley Barbour,
Connor Joseph Kendrick Beatty.
Jason Barron,
Morgan Alexander Becker.
Emily Lind Baumrin,
Jacqueline Amber Bigay.
Hillary Barks Baker,
Sarah Allison Begley.
Benjamin Bolston Beckerman,
Carly Rob Beidel.
Julianne Bigay,
Emily Brickett Bankson.
Kathleen Tara Bean,
Elia Ray Benner.
Margaret Forrest Bell,
Elizabeth Alden Bennett.
Ethan Abraham Benjamin,
Kyle Douglas Betts.
Alison Rose Bennett,
Zakia Basser Bihio.
Randy Heather Bennett,
Meredith Maxwell Bishop.
Benjamin Aaron Beer,
Meredith Lee Blank.
Michael James Biondi Jr.,
April Nicole Blevins.
William Edward Blakely,
Brian Davis Block.
Adam Charles Bledsoe,
Ian Blumenthal.
Jonathan Gregory Blevins,
Francesca Finch Bachner.
Lindsay Claire Blodgett,
Kelly Christine Bogart.
Alexandria Grayson Blythe,
Maxwell T. Bogren.
Reed William Boger,
Peter Lenahan Bolt.
Victoria Lynn Boggiano,
Ian Jacob Bonysteel.
Eilish Marie Boisvert,
Alexander Isaac Borland.
Timothy Sean Bolger,
Caitlin Joy Boucher.
Catherine Constantine Bono,
Erica Gabrielle Boyce.
Rebecca Goldman Boswell,
Brian Joseph Bizzello.
Catherine Fraser Bowman,
Michael William Brasher.
Alexandra Boydo,
Christina Margarita Brennan.
Kathleen Ivora Brady,
Catherine James Briggs.
Maisie Rose Bright,
Matthew Peter Broccolo.
Sarah C. Brennan,
Elizabeth Eleanor Brown.
Jessica Sasha Bright,
Landon Carter Brown.
Kyle Aaron Brong,
Thomas B. Brown.
Imani Brown,
Nathan Lewis Brewski.
Sarah Eileen Brown,
Lewis Henry Buck III.
Tenley Catherine Brownwright,
Christopher Sturris Bustard.
Elizabeth Ann Briere,
Rigel Douglas Cable.
James Christian Burns,
Christopher Bradley Kane.
Kelsey Ann Byrne,
Thomas James Callahan.
Leanne Marie Cagnazzi,
Joy Dania Campbell.
Timothy Alexander Calder,
Sarah Elizabeth Carden.
Benjamin William Campbell,
Caitlin Elizabeth Carey.
Wei Chi Chow,
Nathan Edward Karen.
Trent Edward Carden,
Julie Marie Carson.
Alex Robert Carin,
James Kittinger Cart.
Brianna Lynn Carroll,
Jonathan Robert Carty.
Sarah Aurelia Carson,
Angel Marti Castillo.
Ashley Moore Katahena,
Sam Sally Cha.
Maura Elston Cass,
Daniel B. Chamberlain.
Michael Joseph Cicero,
Alexander Chan.
Shelley Rabinoid Shabon,
Yi Nok Chan.
Jeremy Ho Moon Chan,
Sheila Zhu Chang.
Michelle Si Wing Chan,
Ellie Francis Chapman.
Christine Yun Mi Chang,
Alan S. Chen.
Ziana Fang Cheng,
Margaret H. Chen.
Zachary Robert Cheney,
Julia Chang.
Chen Chen,
Colby Chang.
Yang J. Chen,
Andrew Ching.
Stephen Chang,
Henry Nzuka Chionuma.
Michael Jonathan Chin,
June Cho.
Ijoma Chinuba,
Catherine Grace Chelnoki.
Jude Thaddeus Chi,
Chi Duk Chu.
Ryan W.J. Choi,
Christina Houston Clark.
Jennifer Ashley Chong,
Leah Beth Clarkson.
Caroline Bolger Chima,
J. Michael Coburn.
Connor Duffield Alexander Clark,
Matthew Joseph Cohen.
Emma Parker Clement,
Catherine Elorient Keneally.
Sarah Elizabeth Coffin,
Jonathan Thomas Coogan.
Mary Catherine Mora Collins,
Laura Elizabeth Coolidge.
Michael James Colony Jr.,
Aurora Haviland Kuhn.
Francesca Bruno Cook,
Sally K. Cooper.
Brittany Taylor Coombs,
Christina Rosalie Cortland.
Brett Scott Cooper,
Catherine Galley Coster.
Justin Andrew Cooperman,
Candace Lee Kakaimalu Crivello.
Kirsten Marie Costello,
Catherine Bassell Crow.
Morgan Marie Covington,
Linda Getlins Cummins.
Ting Tsui,
Isabel Curatolo.
Jenna Elizabeth Cunningham,
Elizabeth McPherson Dane Owens.
Justin Stephen Curtis,
Alexandra Lynn Daly.
Francis Denning Dells,
Brevin Mark D'Angelo.
Joseph Henry Dang,
Jasmine Faith Daniel.
Helena Daniel,
Sumiran Das.
Thomas Hobbs D'Antonio,
Dana Ashley Doherty.
Marguerite Dashevsky,
Rebecca Diane Davidson Wolf.
Mark Harold Davenport,
Martha Kauser Davis.
Kevin Chort Davis,
Nicholas Merrill Daw.
Nicole Renee Davis,
Anne Elise DiBellina.
Michael Francis Dearwester,
Chase J. Decker.
Joseph Vincent DeBonis III,
Jacqueline Teresa De La Torre.
Donna D. Benning,
Laura Ann DiLorenzo.
Rebecca Jean Dellenbohr,
Lu Fei Deng.
Boa Dang,
Christopher Zachary Desir.
Noah Mateo Densol,
Kristen Taylor Dewey.
Tillman Cornelius Dete,
Janelle Lynn DiBacari.
Michael Roger D. Benedito,
Lauren Elizabeth DiBacari.
Kenneth Paul D. Serrano,
Austin Nash Dillon.
Taylor Lynn DeGloria,
Matthew Charles Dinger.
Thomas Joseph DiNapoli,
Abigail Tien Lee Doe.
Kevin Din,
Chelsea Jean Dodds.
Vlad Dari Dobru,
Joshua Edward Doherty.
Colleen Elizabeth Doherty,
Gregory Kyle Donna.
Adam Thomas Donner,
James Walter Doolin.
Cody Patrick Doolan,
Tika Douglas.
Matthew Allen Dornack,
Sam Drew Dow.
Jennifer Marie Dewin,
Daisy Duan.
Matthew Mark Driscoll,
Reed Daniel Duke.
Jocelyn Ross Durford,
Nicholas Hiroshi Dykstra.
Brian Fanning Dunn,
Kristen Bennett Eberhardt.
Robert Entest Eastman,
Ali Riyad Edlebi.
Samuel Edandison,
Nicholas Lee Edwards.
Jamala Edwards,
Katerina Ann Eidman.
Danielle Joseph Egan,
Gabriella Aviva Emanuel.
John Aikins,
Corey Andrew Eng.
Catherine Crichton Emil,
Damla Air.
Jong Wan
Janelle Beatriz Espaillat.
Unfin Stewart Erickson,
Caroline Nicole Esser.
Eric Espinoza,
Johanna Rachel Tebow Evans.
Ina Ettenberg,
Natalie Rose Falsgraf.
Skylar Stewart Evans,
Zachary August Farmer,
Kathleen Erin Farley,
Catherine Lewis Foth,
Nathaniel Leslie Farrar,
Catherine Elizabeth Ferguson,
Islam Fayed,
Andrew Michael Ferreira,
Ian Wesley Farrell,
Allison Joy Flanagan,
Emily Ann Fiocco,
Calder Bragdon Fong,
Elgin Lockhart Fitzgerald,
Michael Edward Font Jr.,
Diane Margaret Fleck,
Gabriel Philip Foster,
Fei Yi Fong,
Shauna Marie Folks,
Francis Fokte-U,
James Tolan Francis,
Nicholas Peter Foucault,
Kendall Page Frank,
Caitlin Eileen Fowler,
Daniel Edward Freeman,
Kevin Paul Francis,
Charles Wolfe Friedland,
Claire Elise Fraser,
Jeffrey Daniel Friedman,
Sarah Pennell Freihofer,
Carlton Pennington Frost VI,
David Philip Friedman,
Elise Ellen Gable,
Mark Samuel Friedman,
Andrew Cox Gagel,
Danielle Ann Fuschetti,
Carrie Lauren Gamble,
Marcus Alexander Gudson,
Adrian Anthony Garcia Jr.,
Stephanie Ann Gugnan,
Brett W. Gardner,
Han Gao,
Stephanie Jane Gardner,
Adam Stewart Gardner,
Jennifer Colleen Gaudette,
Laura Rendell Gardner,
Rosalina Harmony B.,
Joseph Robert Gaudette,
Thisbe Niall Gensler,
Frost W.C. Gay,
Christina Javon Gilbert,
Christopher James Geddes,
Leslie Baker Gimbel,
Gloria Francis Gerber,
Catherine Hirsch Ginsburg,
Joshua William Gillum,
Noah David Glick,
Christian Andres Jinez,
Sarah Beckman Goldberg,
Paul Dennehy Glenn,
Benjamin Langan Gordon,
Rebecca Tolly Goldberg,
Remy Luke Gottheil,
Margaret Hannah Goldstein,
Catherine Elizabeth Goitisolo,
Delia Montague Gorman,
Elizabeth Catherine Gray,
Zachary Reed Gottlieb,
Christopher Richard Green,
Rachel Elizabeth Gosman,
Reed Rogers Gryman,
Lindley Sarah Gray,
Jessica Diane Griffin,
Sophie Richardson Green,
Jan Arthur Theodore Gromadsky,
Evan Miller Grulich,
Stefan Krasovek Grundman,
James Connor Grogan,
Anna Elizabeth Gunther,
Joanne Francis Gruber,
Cindy Guo,
Carl Grunzeig,
Jonathan Daniel Gerwitz,
Andrew Michael Guinan,
Thomas Paul Hadley,
Jerry M. Guo,
Alexander Austin Hall,
David Anthony Gusella,
Caitlin Julia Halpert,
Brad Winston Hagedorn,
Johanna Dalton Hamilton,
Adam Halpern Leisner,
Curtis John Hansen,
Hannah Ruth Hamilton,
Brendan J. Hart,
Annalisa M. Hansen,
Samantha Rose Haw,
Gary Gray Lee Harper,
Ian Matthew Hayes,
Noah M. K. Harwood,
Maxwell King Higas,
Nicholas Patrick Hawkins,
Heidi Ann Heller,
Lily Huh,
Benjamin Caleb Hemany,
Connor James Heinrich,
Brian Scott Hendricks,
Mark Douglas Heller,
Megan Marie Herzog,
Humadi B. Henderson,
Allison Rogers Hillis,
Monica Lynn Hernandez,
Tiffany Christina Ho,
Robert Francis Higdon,
Susanna Austin Hohen.
Casey Andrew Hinchin.
Molly Brianne Holden.
Corey Michael Hefferlin.
Daniel Evan Hopkins.
Robert Millard Hoffman.
Mackenzie Jane Howell.
Jeffrey Dutton Holman.
Karen Shin Sue.
Brian Daniel Howe.
Shahen Ahmed Huda.
Randy Shea.
Alexandra Paulson Hustis.
Allison Rose Hubbard.
Joseph Howard Houston.
Sarah Elizabeth Hudner.
Ijabalumu Lulu Phyllis Okeke Ibokwe.
Kang Lo James Hung.
Hee Chun Im.
Jamie Tae Young Huang.
Joseph Scott Invik.
Nicole Ogechuku Ilonzo.
Karen Ann Iorio.
David Tatsuo Imamura.
Brooke Catherine Jackling.
Nita Pucharut Interapanich.
Kevin Francisco Jackson.
Sarah Jane Irving.
Emily Catherine Jasinski.
David Leroy Jackson Jr.
Merritt Jonathan Jenkins.
Kellen J. James.
Corolla Yering.
Vicky Stephanie Javier.
Willa L. Johan.
Alexander Royce Jenny.
Nicole Elise Johns.
Elong Jin.
Deborah Max Johnson.
Laura Regina Johns.
Gwendolyn Daisy Jones.
Caitlin Marie Claire Johnson.
Tien Tien Linda Jung.
Benjamin Frederick Thomas Jones.
Katrin Cabral.
Haley Joyce Jones.
Rachel Elizabeth Candith.
Ezra Adam Josephson.
Grace Lee Kang.
Cynthia Ann Collenberg.
Catherine Lynn Karras.
Emily Kent Kane.
Lyle Moore Coe.
Suyeon Natasha Kang.
Madeline Rose Kay.
Kevin William Karp.
Daniel P. Keat.
Todd Kim Kawakita.
Laura Mary Carroll.
James Carter Keeney.
Desu Dorothy Kemp.
John Rutherford Key.
Corey Halstead Kendrick.
Alexander James Eaton Kell.
Lauren Elizabeth Kenny.
Christopher Stephen Kendig.
Miles Ross Kenyon.
Edward Clark Keeney.
Alexander Y. Kim.
Philip Keenall.
Faith Sheena Kim.
Kristen Victoria Kern.
Jae Hyun Kim.
Andrew Sung J. Kim.
Justin Kyle Kim.
Hee Wong Kim.
James Allen Kircher.
Jung Kim.
Sarah Elizabeth Clausen.
Francis Ernest King IV.
Kiera Bryn Klein.
Chelsea Joy Kirk.
Michaela Nara Klein.
Kristen Marie Claypick.
Charles William Knapp.
Jordan Alexander Kling.
David Jonathan Knight.
Elizabeth T. Klinger.
Sarah Kim Koo.
Alexander Cromwell Knapp.
James Jacobus Cordall.
Daniel Dong Min Ko.
Joseph Carl Kubert.
Jocelyn Elizabeth Kraus.
Jane Theodora Kurtzman.
Amitha Amol Kulkarni.
Bonnie Funlay Lamb.
Lauren Ann La Dolcetta.
Alexander James Lambro.
Connie Yunshin Lam.
Eric Winter Larson.
John Parker Lane.
Zoe Elizabeth Lawrence.
Shiran Hannah Lavian.
Thomas Alexander Letty Sasir.
An Ba Nam Le.
Deborah Mayun Lee.
Alexander Philip Lee.
Zihei Lee.
Sarah Lee.
David Wayne Leimbach.
L. Michael Lefkowitz.
Daniel Robert Leopold.
Megan Brielle Leonard.
Justin Avery Lerman.
Andrew Solomon Lerman.
Lauren Elizabeth Lesser.
Edward Posey Lesser.
Lawton C. Leung.
Daniel Yok Ming Lee Young.
Ray Ho Leung.
Nadia Lindai Lee Young.
John Michael Brozina III.
Sarah May Jane Kennedy.
Philip Joseph Croteau.
Raina Ann Salata Levine.
Jonathan Drew Herman.
Amanda Michelle Lewis.
Marielle C. Lacina.
Leonard Lawrence Lewis IV.
Ethan Hillel Lubka.
Kathy Meng Leanne.
Mark Lewis Shapiro.
Aviva Madeline Lillian.
Sherwin Yo.
Michael S. Lim.
Austin Shuang Jin.
Gloria Lin.
Xiao Long Lin.
Vania Wei-Ling Lin.
Catherine Ann Lindquist.
Max Elliott Lindemann.
Ingrid Liu.
Rude Charday Eileen Lipscomb.
Jolisa Veronica Josa.
Michelle Chang Liu.
Benjamin Hein Pin Liu.
Alexander Raphael Lloyd.
George Clement Lord III.
Nicholas Lawrence Lamonto.
Anna Catherine Lutko.
Zachary Lasordo.
Jensen Ross Lowe.
Allison Jane Lowe.
Young Liu.
Conchetta Ann Lowry.
Ellen Carol Ludlow.
Anna B. Ludlow.
Anna Lagoche Ecker.
Chelsea Paige Luger.
Tyler Andrew Luthringer.
Jean Q. Lowe.
Jason Edwin Lyon.
Brendan Joshua Lynch Solomon.
Alice Y. Mai.
Megan Taylor McGregor.
Rufaro Makanda.
Shiroshi Majumdar.
Samantha Annika Mandel.
Dana Malaginin.
Lisa Marshasso.
Pumanelli Langua Macuelba.
Carly Sinclair Markovitz.
Jacqueline Ashley Marino.
Ryan Matthew Marnell.
J. Benjamin Markson.
Ryan Stephen Martin.
Amanda Lavoy Marston.
Taylor White Sky Martin.
Christopher Scott Martin.
Ariko Masuda.
Zachary Mason.
Peter Brown Matthews.
Jarrett Eugene Mathis.
Ben Song Hun Matthews.
Tess M. Matara.
David Michael Mavrikos.
Alexandria Matuszewski.
Tara Beth McCarney.
Brian Thomas May.
Jamie Claire McCoy.
Kevin Joseph McCarthy.
Mitchell David McIntyre.
Megan Ann McDavid.
Claire McKenna.
Philip John McKeaton.
Tess Edmonds McLeod.
Nolan James McCusick.
Nathan John McNamara.
Amanda Robin McNally.
Brendan Robert McVeigh.
Jack Mitchell McNally.
Benjamin James Meggs.
Samir Mihol Mehta.
Michelle Marie Meyer.
Adam Mitchell Merber.
Elmer Meza.
Robin Maxwell Mayers.
Anastasia Lee Miliano.
Haita Mickey.
Allison Kate Miller.
Allison Beth Miller.
Mystic Marquita Miller.
Kevin John Miller.
Christopher Francis Millhouse.
Rachel Elizabeth Miller.
Michael Thomas Malone.
Bethany Rachel Mills.
Sarab Mishra.
Emily Rebecca Miringoff.
Robert Wesley Mitchelson.
Elizabeth Bray Mitchell.
Alicia Lynn Modine.
Dorika K. Mobley.
Bahrath Mohan.
Stephen Anthony Appel Marofino.
Diego Cesar Moncada.
Fruzina Molnar.
Suzanne Elissa Montero.
Samantha Ann Monkman.
Daniel Philip Moore.
Jessica Montez.
Benjamin M. Moskowitz.
Edward Lee Moreno Jr.
Irfan Mulich.
Matthew Kumar Mukherjee.
Adrian Muntanu.
Uma Mulapudi.
Niles Ulrich Murphy.
John Francis Cosbury Murphy.
Claire Lawrence Murray.
Benjamin Ryan Murray.
Furaha Aline Mushingji.
Kevin Michael Muse.
Emma Margaret Nairn.
Kevin Mwenda.
Maya Charlotte Nathan.
Zachary Matthias Napier.
Anna Margaret Nierberg.
Maurice Ferdinand Navarro.
George Martin Neptune.
Douglas Scott Nelson.
In Un Flora Ing.
N. Han Nin.
Colin Andrew Nichols.
Carrie Kiwan Win.
Amaka Ijeoma Naji.
Scott Andrew Niehaus.
Hyun Z Leanne No.
Joseph Evan Nogay.
Leanne Sarah Norman Marandia.
John Edward Nolan III.
Benjamin Dale Nunnery.
Michael Edward Novacell.
Andrea M. Obando.
Ya Frema Abing Aduasari.
James Burke O'Brien IV.
Nathaniel David Frary Obler.
Patrick Kyle O'Brien.
Carrie Elizabeth O'Brien.
George Ochoa.
Kelly Joy O'Callahan.
Alan Obafame Adebowale Odiniyi.
Casey Ann O'Connor.
Colleen Kelly Olson.
Zachary John O'Donnell.
Kirsten Elizabeth Orloff.
Kathleen O'Pera.
Katrina Frances Ortblad.
Tilly's Orm.
Akosia Sarawa Osibabi.
Deborah Renee Osborne.
Sasha Alexandra Otero.
Daniel Ostrovsky.
Katie Ann Payton.
Nikki Owusu Brackett.
Andrew Russell Palmer.
Maria Bethlehem Ibarle Palaya.
Carol Augustus Papajohn.
Crystal Palmers.
Paul J. Wu Park.
Caitlin Perizo.
Molly Catherine Parker.
Alyssa Lynn Parker.
Sarah Sturgis Parsons.
Samantha Ellis Parsons.
Belizara Galinova Pasashova.
Kelly Passage.
Megan Michelle Patrick.
Anthony Patrick Pastors.
Andrew Thomas Peisch.
Samuel David Peck.
Marie Alejandra Perez Lawrence.
Joseph John Peña.
Cyrus Arthur Peter Paul.
Julia Simone Perlis.
Allison Elise Peterson.
Benjamin Carl Peters.
Sarah Adeline Peterson.
David Lloyd Peterson.
Peter Peterman.
Saritza Onyanova Petrova.
Chelsea Schwartz Place.
Emily Louise Pizzakimi.
Andrew Wyatt Pollock.
Alina Plavsky.
Tiffany T. Pollock.
Max Andrew Pollock.
Alex Sean Pauley.
Louisa Ray Pollard.
Emily Chamberlain Porter.
Michael Andrew Poplar.
Danielle Pottinger.
Catherine Brandenburg Porter.
Joseph F. Principe.
Kristen Danielle Powell.
Joshua Dwayne Proper.
Robert McCurdy Pride.
David Knight Putney.
Joanna Marie Pucci.
James Pio.
Jesse Taylor Piet.
Jenny Chen.
Duguang Anna T.
Tyler Reed Quinn.
Kelsey Margaret Quick.
Hannah Elizabeth Ryla.
Suri Raj.
Gabrielle Louise Ramaya.
Sharat Chandra Raju.
Tamer Medhat Raouf.
Reina Marie Ramirez.
Adi Ratner.
Sam Jeremy Rashkovich.
Brenton Norbert Rayner.
Samuel Asa Rosh.
Brian Ross Recht.
Loris Andrew Rayner.
Bernadette Sampson Reyes.
Yan Ching Ren.
Christopher Field Reynolds.
Elizabeth Grace Rexford.
Zachary Burke Rio.
Michelle Claudine Reef.
Catherine Amanda Risher.
Jasmine Renee Richards.
Matthew P. Ritger.
Carolyn Patrice Rippey.
Natalie Marielle Rivest.
Melissa Danielle Ristoff.
Kevin Scott Robinson.
Alexander Gabriel Rivadeneira.
Alexandra Josephine Rodman.
Christine Cecilia Roberts.
Sue Yun Rowe.
Sarah Elise Rocio.
Christopher Campbell Root.
Adele Edgerton Ruffeth.
Ian Andrew Rorick.
Santiago Romero.
Tyler James Roche.
Allison Michelle Rope.
Carrie Ellen Rosenblum.
Leigh Beckwith Rorick.
William Roth.
Megan Maloney Rosen.
Allison Deborah Ruderman.
Megan Yvonne Roth.
Stephanie Elizabeth Rupert.
Jake Richard Ruthier.
Walter Fenskins Russ.
Cody Alexander Ruger.
Myra Lauren Shersack.
Jessica Tamar Rush.
Devin Ross Saliga.
Ankush Rustagi.
Eric Hamilton Sanabria.
Ashley Salazar.
Thomas Ernesto Santamaria.
Benjamin Wesley Salmon.
Benjamin Level Satin.
Lauren Dean Sands Ramshaw.
Danielle Zaney Sawaya.
Joseph Ronald Santo.
Alexandra Kath Schindler.
Hatara Sawangzi.
Leslie Isabel DeLupe Schless.
Eric Michael Schildiger.
Susan Kathleen Schmitz.
Stephen Carl Schiraldi.
Kate Ingborg Schnippring.
William Manning Schmidley.
William Lewis Shapiro.
Joanne Elizabeth Schneider.
Andrew Timothy Schumann.
John Patrick Schooley.
Brendan James Scully.
John Gardner Schroeder.
Karen Sen.
Eric Schwager.
Paula Margaret Sen.
Hannah Marie Sane.
Jacqueline Christine Shamiklis.
Amma Sarwa Panin.
Brian Jeremiah Shea.
Karin Seth.
David Michael Breffney Shrub.
Edmund Thomas Shanahan.
Jenna Klaus Shu.
Elizabeth Anna Shribman.
M. Umair Siddiqui.
Zoe Stasel Gottlieb.
Misha Sidorsky.
Leah Schuster.
Vanessa Sievers.
Valerie Friel Sidholm.
Theodore Peck Sinsheimer.
Stephanie Sigmund.
Athanasios Nicholas Sklifas.
Carly Michelle Silverman.
Jamila Jamie Smart.
Aditya Anand Sivaraman.
Andrew Ward Smith.
Daniela Sloan.
Jeffrey Allen Smith.
Andrew James Smith.
Ryan Hobson Smith.
Brian Allen Smith.
Emily Amber Summers Snavely.
Margaret Antoinette Smith.
Olivia Christine Snyder Spock.
Alexandra Ann Smersina.
Benjamin Abbott Solomon.
Kevin Nelson Snyder.
Joshua David Zeldis Solomon.
Abby Lee Sokol.
Scott Carl Sorensen.
Gregory Isaac Sokol.
Jennifer Allison Sotsky.
Aditya Soni.
Jason William Spellmeyer.
Naomi Sosner.
Jeffrey Ira Spielberg.
Benjamin Spanier Yursich.
Dana Dolores Stasunis.
April Dickinson Spencer.
Carrie Andrews Stathopoulos.
Suzanne Renee Spignacy.
Jessie Elizabeth Stefanik.
Olivia Alexandria Stulkup.
Britta Susanna Steppe.
Sierra Elizabeth Steele.
Christian David Stewart.
Casey Elizabeth Stelmach.
Catherine O'Connor Stillman.
Lena Stepik.
Natalie Russell Stahl.
Taylor Allen Stevenson.
Jennifer Whitney Stone.
Victoria Blaze Stockman.
Lucy Olivia Stonehill.
Eleanor Janet Alifat Stoltzfus.
Tanisha Shade Stowers.
Simone Brittany Stone.
Rebecca Joy Strickfaden.
Alexander Joseph Stonehouse.
Blair Ann Sullivan.
Matthew Boyd Strand.
Donald J. Sertival.
Adam Christopher Strum.
Ari Ross Sussman.
Arvi Sulavari.
Deirdre Beth Satula.
Daniel Lawrence Sussman.
Brian Townsend Swiggett.
Thea Stockfeld Sutton.
Vanessa Judith Shawopski.
Catherine Louise Sweeting.
Heidi Tan.
Lynn Catherine Simons.
Harrison Taylor.
Lara Hill Tabor.
Jacqueline Isabel Tines.
Charles Tannenbaum.
Darnice Sade Thornton Johnson.
Jeremy Ira Tasher.
Alexa Westney Tillman.
Daniel Joseph Teely.
Christina Chiayana.
Christine Siching Tien.
Christine Erica Torres Lockhart.
Michelle Ting.
Vanessa Han Tran.
Elise Michelle Torres.
Kevin Andrew Treadway.
Sarah Manny Tupel.
Gael Emily Tribier.
Hallie Tongwu Treadway.
Matthew Everett Trueheart.
Stephanie Ann Trejo.
Sarah Nicole Vachon.
Bo Leighton Trudell.
Andrew Richard Vera.
Justin Zhao.
Maria A. Wisniewski.
Brett Richard Valaker.
Catherine Young Vonderhaar.
Elijah Rachel Varner.
Jonathan Molina Wachter.
John Pendleton Vineyard IV.
Daniel Z. Wagman.
Daniel Volgino.
Daria Brianne Waite.
Lyndon Ann Vongsathorn.
Matthew James Walker.
Hoban Wadland.
Angela M. Wong.
Claire Marie Enno Wagner.
James H. Wang.
Ashley Nicole Walker.
Matthew Chang Si Wang.
Emily Claire Medkey Wall.
Shi Young Wang.
Charlene Shi Wang.
Whitney Tennille Ward.
Lillian K. Lee Wong.
Elizabeth Mesa Warnack.
C.C. Wang.
Dinah Jamae Warren.
Andrew Theodore Wansley.
Zachary Tyler Washlowski.
Brandon Dennis Ware.
Adelaide Oates Webb.
Sean A. Warnicki.
Sarah Lillian Weeks.
Charles Clark Worthen.
Leah Rebecca Wiseman.
James Stewart Watson IV.
Andrew David Wells.
Kelly Melissa Weed.
Sarah Elizabeth Wengert.
Elizabeth Saunders Weintraub.
Katie Rayanne Weston.
Samuel Rolfe Welch.
Khadija Elisa Wharton.
Aurora Rebecca Wells.
Daniel Joseph Wiebeck.
Zachary Kaplan Wenner.
Barry Lauren Ween.
Travis Lee Wayneth.
Brianna Laurel Wilkinson.
Jessica Elaine Wheeler.
Betsy Dalphin Williams.
Michael Thomas Weedman.
Shelley Marie Williams.
Benjamin George Cowan Weiner.
Daniel Kent Windauer.
Adam Levine Williams.
Mary Elizabeth Winningham.
Milan Elliott Williams.
Charles K. Wolf.
Nicole McConaola Williamson.
Valentino Kinlung Wong.
Marsha Helena Weiner.
Kathleen Marie Woods.
Lucretia Ann Whitty.
James Deckard Wren.
Sandy Wong.
Samantha Ashley Wright.
Michael James Wood.
Michael T. Young Woo.
Philip Conway Warham.
Benjamin Jacob Worzel.
Jessica Jane Wright.
Jay Shu.
Christopher Wu.
Yuen Lei Young.
Caroline Ann Wunsch.
Catherine Jane Yao.
Tabitha Anastasia Xavier.
Sung Hee Ye.
Jessica Yang.
Amy Yi.
Robert Henry Yanker III.
Emily Singer Yen.
Cici Yao.
Hyung Chol Yoon.
Shinyin Yi.
John Alfred Young.
Nicole Sadika Yi.
Robert Allen Young.
Alexander Jihoon Yi.
Christina Yu.
Benjamin Flynn Young.
Michaela Rose Yule.
Natalie Eckhart Young.
Julia Rose Zach.
Chen Yu.
Robert Matthew Zabeda.
Sophia Yuen.
David Zhang.
Christopher Andrew Zablocki.
Jack Peiwang Zhang.
Douglas Warren Zarbuk.
Jack Zhang.
Jared William Zelsky.
Vivian Zhao.
Alan Jung.
Michael Johannes Zernbrigel.
Sunny Jung. Mei Mei Zhao. Yu Chung Zhao. Ivan Slatar.
Will the head marshal please raise all the graduating students?
What a privilege and an honor it is for me to stand today before you, among family and friends, trustees, faculty, and staff, and the great class of 2010 on this my first commencement as president of this extraordinary institution. This is for me, as it may be for you, a bittersweet occasion. I'm sad to see you, my first graduating class, leave us, but I'm buoyed by the belief that your Dartmouth education has prepared you to lead and transform the world for the better. During your time here, you've learned much. You've learned new skills and mastered new facts. But your time at Dartmouth has given you more than just knowledge. It has nurtured habits of the mind. Habits of the mind that will be the tools you'll use to change the world. By habit, I don't mean mechanical behavior, devoid of passion and imagination, just the opposite. A habit of the mind is a discipline learned by long, dedicated practice. It is something that becomes a part of who you are, part of the fundamental form of your character, a way of being in the world. Habit, in this sense, is creative. Indeed, these habits of the mind are the very foundation of creativity. They will enable you not just to assimilate existing facts, but, as the philosopher and psychologist William James put it, to produce new facts, to enrich human experience and leave the world better than you found it. I'm talking about habits like persistence. Remember the long hours you put in at Baker, the hard work you did in science labs, and the late night rehearsals for plays and concerts. Those hours have done far more for you than just allowing you to master new skills. They've shaped your mind to the kind of disciplined effort that you will need to make again and again in the years ahead to solve the great challenges you'll encounter in the world. The habits of the mind we nurture at Dartmouth are the distinctive fruit of what former President John Sloan Dickey called the Liberating Arts. This connection may seem unexpected because habit, in colloquial speech, often implies repetitive behavior, unguided by conscious thought. And that's the very opposite of critical intellectual freedom. But as all the great thinkers, from Augustine to Maimonides to Kant, have taught us, true freedom does not mean giving free rein to our momentary impulses. In reality, that illusion of self-determination is the deepest form of servitude. True freedom is rooted in self-discipline, and it grows in proportion with that discipline. Freedom means living with purpose. It means living under the self-imposed, rationally willed discipline that Kant called the moral law. The habits of mind your Dartmouth education has instilled are your doorways into that deliberate, disciplined form of creativity, into that life of deliberate, intelligent purpose. And today, in a world of increasing complexity, living a deliberate, intelligent, and engaged life is more important and more challenging than ever before. The rapid advance of technology, the proliferation of new knowledge, and the increasing specialization of so many fields tempt each of us to focus our efforts on simply mastering our own narrow disciplines. Certainly, Dartmouth prepares our students, both at the graduate and undergraduate level, to develop expertise in particular fields of study. But rapid advances in knowledge have led some institutions to push talented young people as early as possible into narrow forms of specialization. At Dartmouth, we have shown a different path. A Dartmouth education encourages, demands a broad understanding of ideas across multiple disciplines rather than a narrow focus. And the ability to ask questions across disciplinary boundaries has never been more important than it is today. As specialized knowledge advances to unimagined depths, the need for a vision of the whole is more vital than ever and more difficult to achieve. This vision of the whole, this understanding of interconnections, is what Dartmouth's liberating education is all about. Today, this interdisciplinary mindset can no longer be reserved for a few intellectual pioneers. Your entire generation must incorporate this mindset. Your time at Dartmouth has taught you that greater knowledge implies greater responsibility. The intellectual gifts and creative capacities that allowed you to find your place in the Dartmouth community are, of course, distinctively your own. Yet in an equally fundamental sense, these capacities are not your exclusive property. Your gifts were nurtured and enabled by a wider community, by your family, by your teachers, in a less visible but equally vital way, by the wider social fabric and institutions that gave you the security, stability, and space to develop. Your talents and capacities are the result of a long effort linking a whole community of people. And as bearers of these exceptional gifts, you have an exceptional responsibility for the continued well-being of that wider community. Perhaps at this moment, as you prepare to leave the Hanover plane and enter the struggles of the world, you may feel more conscious of your lack of experience than you feel confident of your ability to lead. Please know that this sense of humility is itself a crucial quality of judicious leadership. The Socratic tradition reminds us that understanding the limits of individual knowledge is a crucial step on the road to deeper wisdom. Only by understanding our limitations are we prompted to reach out to others and to recognize how their strengths complement our own. Often, true leadership does not mean making swift, confident assertions, but rather asking insightful, probing questions and knowing how to bring together a group with complementary talents to find the right solutions and then take action. My own experience has taught me that the biggest challenges require collaborative problem solving. Our ability to protect and preserve our world for future generations and to build a more just, sustainable society hinges on this quality, the ability to draw out, energize, and focus the full range of talents that exist in all our people. Individual excellence is not in competition with the collective good. Rather, individual excellence is best measured by how it inspires, energizes, and enables the collective excellence that we must nurture to achieve our goals. John Sloan Dickey was named president of Dartmouth College in August of 1945. Earlier that same month, President Dickey had been working as the director of public relations in the State Department when the United States dropped nuclear weapons on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The following year, when he launched Dartmouth's Great Issues course, he did so haunted by the specter of nuclear annihilation. In his first convocation address in October of 1946, with great hope for what the incoming students could do with a Dartmouth education, he told them two things. First, that the world's troubles are your troubles. And second, that the world's worst troubles come from within men, and there's nothing wrong with the world that better human beings cannot fix. John Sloan Dickey spoke those words more than 6 decades ago. Yet can anyone doubt that they remain relevant today? To you, women and men, who came of age in the shadow of 9/11? To you, men and women, who witnessed and did so much to address poverty and suffering after the earthquake in Haiti? Let me repeat these words and let me ask you to hold them in your hearts, to cling to them for the rest of your lives. They represent the deepest and noblest ideals of the institution that sends you forth today. The world's troubles come from within men, and there's nothing wrong with the world that better human beings cannot fix. So to the extraordinary class of 2010, let me say that I expect extraordinary things from each of you. And as you take your leave to go tackle the world's troubles, never forget what President Ernest Martin Hopkins called the sweetness of the college on the hill, for it has prepared you well for what lies ahead. Come back often, for you will always be welcomed on the Hanover Plain. And tackle those troubles with everything you've got, for you are the better human beings that we've all been waiting for. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Sunsets, Dartmouth undying like a vision stars. Dartmouth, the gleaming, dreaming walls of Dartmouth, miraculously builded in our hearts.
Will the audience please rise and join the Glee Club in singing of 2 verses of the Alma Mater?
Dear old Dartmouth, give a rouse for the college on the hill, for the Lord right above her, and the loyal ones who love her. Give a rouse with the will.
The audience is requested to be seated while the platform group, the faculty, and the graduates march out.